four-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Big D Energy on a Friday, Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy over there, Uncle T. Foss, Terry Foster here in the big stage. Calling up to the big stage right now, it's Terry Foster, $3 Jaeger bombs for the next two songs.
I was looking at this little graphic here for the last time.
Absolutely.
I got great news for me and bad news for you.
We have Sam Flannel. Adam Baydoun is over here TDing right now. That's how you know there's been a big shakeup, everybody, okay? Big shout out to Spencer Raxter, his pops Danny undergoing the procedure. Last I heard, everything was well, so happy to hear that. Shout out to you, Mr. Raxter. Get better soon, and Spence will be back over the weekend. But yes, Terry, world record media transfer, I guess they would call it in the soccer world. Is this your last day here with us on Big D Energy?
Yeah, both of us have been angling to get on the final word.
Right, because, everybody wants to go to the show. You do this, you want to get to the major leagues, the big time.
I saw young Ryan and what's the other dude's name? Braylon. And I said, hey, look, dudes, I've been, slumming here with Neal. How about the final word? And I said, well, T, you're doing a great job, but you're not quite
ready for big time.
Right. And so I said, really? You don't think there's other reasons I could be on there? And they said, oh, maybe we could squeeze you on there. So I'm happy to announce that I'm getting out of here. I'm going to be on the final word. And it only cost me $20 to get on there.
So you bribed your way in. You put the Michigan, but you're ready to go because you have the Michigan beanie on already.
Right.
So you're ready to go. You're locked and loaded for the Michigan Daily Hour or the final word or whatever it is.
I'm willing to spout their BS.
There you go. So that's all it takes to get in there. So good for you, Terry.
Thank you.
Good for you.
It was fun doing a show with you. You're a good kid, but you're not quite what I was looking for.
No, and as you said, I'm not quite ready to be at that level. And, hey, Terry, it'll be nice. You'll go there. Because as Adam knows, the morning show, the morning Woodward show, kind of a similar setup here. What they like to do is they like to try everything out, make sure things are working using our shows, so everything is ready to go for Tom Mazaway and the final word from 2 to 4, right? We're nearly...
Look, we troubleshooted this morning. We made sure the internet went down during the morning show, right?
Just so you know what to do in case it happened on the final word.
Well, it would never happen there, right?
Well, I know.
So we're just making sure.
Right. So they troubleshoot everything during our shows, bad VMix lines or stuff like that. Everything pristine. And I know that's what you're looking forward to.
That is. And also, the Tom Mazaway hemorrhoid pillows that I get to sit in most of the time. I'm going to get my own private pillows. And I'm going to get blue. I decided to get his is green. I'm going to get some blue ones.
Absolutely. Tammy Chin, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Remember, you can tap in to the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Hold on. What is going on with Mass? It's a joke, everybody. Terry is right?
Huh?
No, you got the Michigan hat on, though. That's why I think it's real. Right. Is it real? You being for real?
No, that's why I was messing with you. And I said, I'm wearing the little Michigan hat. And I said, yeah, now I'm going to be on the final word.
Paul Thomas says, T. Foss really leaving. No, he is not. I saw that he had the Michigan hat on, so I said that he finally did it. He finally worked his way on. Because we all are just trying to get to the big leagues.
That's true.
We all are trying to get to the breadwinner of Woodward Sports Network.
And Neal, let me say, you're doing a great job, buddy boy.
But just not good enough.
Oh, you're getting there soon. Soon you might get that little tap on the shoulder from Mass. It'll be like this. Hey, want to come on the final word?
Well, you know how it works around here, right? When you go to the YouTube page, you see the graphic up there, and it's always Ryan and Braylon up front, and there's Terry and I we're like Marla Hooch from League of Their Own.
Like this.
And they're like, don't forget about Terry and Neal. What a hitter. And we're like in the back going like that.
We talked too.
No, so we were just joking. I was giving him a hard time because he's got the Michigan hat on, and he told me he's doing it. He's making it to the big time. So you know what it is. That's what it is. So we're happy
you know
for
what?
Tim.
I get real chairs.
All of
crap
it
that I'm sitting on
because
now with
they
no
wheel.
wheels.
Adam, that's true, right? For the final word, they wheel in their own separate chairs.
Yep, we have a completely different system. New lighting, new chairs, new microphones, new mic covers.
Right. T1 fiber lines for internet.
Well, forget the fiber. We even have a 70-inch TV display, teleprompter / highlight reel for them. So
when they're doing reads, they're not doing it like off a paper.
oh no,
like
they
this.
get it fully delivered.
Yeah, absolutely. So you know what, T? Good for you, man. Good for you.
See, I thought you'd be bitter.
I get how this, Terry. I've been in this game for 10 years making rap tunes.
Okay,
Ever since Honeys was wearing Sassoons, man. Like I know how this stuff works.
Okay, I get you.
I know how it works.
All
This isn't. It's not talent based. Sometimes it's not merit based. It's network based. It's connections based.
So you say I suck.
No. I didn't say
And,
that.
okay,
I didn't say that. I just said that's how things work. You have a strong network.
Okay.
As you should.
Or I went to Dick's Sporting Goods and bought myself a hat. That could have been as simple as that too.
They could have been. Why don't you have the Chippewa hat on?
I had it on last week and you didn't even notice.
Yeah. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Sapper18. As long as Sus stops reading commercials, change whatever you want.
Oh God.
Here's a new
brutal.
one. Here's a new one in here. Cade 1C3 Wood says, whatever show Terry goes to is ruined. It's going to be dry.
Okay. I'll try my best. I don't think I can ruin the final word though. So good.
MPWMU. How will Neal be able to do the show with Terry wearing the Michigan hat? Neal will start to roll out the Michigan Rose Bowl record. I know we're supposed to bury that, right? That's on the final word. You can't talk about Michigan's Rose
You
Bowl
can't.
record.
But for the record, Neal's already punched me in the eye for wearing this shirt. I mean, for wearing this hat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so there it is. We were joking around, everybody. We're having fun. Terry's still slumming it here on the midday shows. Don't worry, everybody. Everything will be in order by the time the bottom
Yes,
line.
be
every
real.
Friday.
Nobody's
You never
good
know what's
enough
gonna
for the
happen
2
on
o'clock
Fridays.
show, right?
April Fools every Friday afternoon/morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, but Sam Flannel filled in for Spencer yesterday on Woodward Heavyweights. How'd it go?
I mean, I think it went pretty well. I could never, of course, fill the big shoes of the great Spenmo Rax, but I had a lot of fun. It was an honor. I mean, not to be too sentimental, it was an honor to fill in for Mr. Spenmo Rax with my guy, Speak Easy Sports. And if you're listening, Spencer, I hope your dad is doing very, very well.
Now, did you have to wear a pillow to get on that show?
No.
Underneath your shirt?
I carb loaded really, really hard before the show, maybe to put on a few extra pounds, but I still
You
was
have to
about
put on like 250 pounds to be on that show, dude.
Also, too, wanted to send a big shout out, Happy Veterans Day to everybody that served up there. You know, Big D Energy, certainly a pro-veteran show. And, you know, as we always talk about when we talk about the Lions hometown hero and have them out here in studio, very pro-veteran zone around here. Big shout out to my grandfather, my father. They served. I did not have to. I think about that a lot, man. For real, I do. The fact that I never had to do that. Never had to go through
Where
what
was
they
your
went
pops?
through. What's that?
Where do they serve?
My dad was actually over in Germany. He taught people how to drive tanks and stuff like that during Vietnam. So,
My dad was in Germany,
Okay.
Munich. In fact, I got a half brother over there somewhere.
do you really? Okay.
Yeah, in Germany.
Gotcha.
He's old now, but and then he was in the Korean War, then was stationed in Germany.
Yeah, and then my grandfather was in the Navy during that, you know, the Korean War time and all that kind of stuff as well. So big shout out to everybody, all the veterans out there. You serve. I didn't have to. I'm always going to be grateful for that. That is the bottom line. For real.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely happy to have everybody here with us today. Look, obviously we're going to talk Bears-Lions, but in the second hour of the show, I think it's time for us to come together. When I say us, I see, you know, T. Foss with the Michigan hat on. And you guys already lit up the WoodwardSports.com chat thread about, oh, well, Neal, you know, can he do the show with that? with that Michigan hat on Terry's head and all that kind of
I'm gonna
stuff.
turn over to the side so you don't have to see me block in.
No, but and we were laughing about it and everything like that. I think it's time for you and I, Sam Flannel, to unite, because I think there's a bigger problem for Michigan and for Ohio State, and it's time for us to come together and point the finger of blame where it should be pointed at.
The bony finger of blame. I love it. We'll see. I will see if I'm in lockstep with you, depending on the context of what you say. I have a feeling that I will agree with some things and disagree with others, but we'll talk about that later. I'm looking forward to that discussion.
Right. Rob J. Neal, you're right. We got lucky on the people that served before us. 100%. 100%. So, yeah, it's one of those things where I think we're going to come together a little bit because I have some issues.
Yeah, y'all need to break bread. Get this Michigan stuff out the way.
We are, and we're going to do it. We're going to power through. We absolutely are. What happened to the Red Wings yesterday? So let me paint the picture for you. I go. My son asked me to play some ping pong with him, so I go downstairs. Right, period. They're tied 2-2. I come back and it's 6-2, and I only missed like 8 minutes of game action.
It was quick. The Wings were playing their asses off.
What happened?
And then all of a sudden, your boy let in a soft goal. And they started turning the puck over. They got all loosey-goosey, and the next thing you know, it's like 7-2. And I didn't watch the last goal. I knew they were done. But Derek Lalonde always says that if they don't play with spirit, if they don't play with purpose, this is what's going to happen. That it shows that they're not that good, but they can play well enough to beat teams. When they lax up, it can be lights up. This is the second 8-goal game in 14 games. And that was the thing that I thought was going to be eliminated this year.
That's what I was told.
The 8-goal games. Lose 5-4 or 4-2 or whatever. But man, but it was so quick. It was like if you eliminate, I don't know, 3 minutes of the game, the Wings probably win that game. But the 3 minutes happened, and bam, see ya. And then New York was like clicking. They're like, oh, these guys chumps.
Yeah, and I don't understand what happened. Again, I walked away for 8 minutes. I was gone for 8 minutes of the game.
It was an implosion, and like Terry said, that's the type of stuff that you saw last year, some of those implosions and stuff that the Red Wings were supposed to clean up. And I know we've been talking a lot we've been waxing poetic about Ville Husso, and particularly me and Neal, but an 8-goal game from him, it's kind of funny, like right after I was kind of told, I was kind of saying that he was playing at an all-star level, he gives up 8 goals, which obviously is unacceptable no matter how the defense is playing. Kind of reminded me, when I saw 8 goals, I'm like, Nedeljkovic is playing, obviously. Nope, it was Husso. It was an implosion, man, and that's the type of stuff that playoff teams don't do. Maybe we should pump the brakes on that talk.
And look, as you said, Terry, what's the date today? It is the 11th, right? So yeah, you're talking about in 12 days you've given up 8 goals twice. You can't. No.
Let me steal a line from Neal. I was told that that's not going to happen anymore.
I was told that.
Well, got lied to.
Can't do it. You can't. You especially again, guys. You can't do it in this division.
Oh hell!
At home.
At home. You can't do that in this division because again, as I said, and look, 80-plus game seasons, you're going to get 8 games a year where the outcome is predetermined, as we've talked about before. You've seen it. You covered professional sports. There are built-in losses.
I'm going to quote the great philosopher and basketball player Mark Aguirre, who always used to say, every now and then you spit out a bad one. You don't know when it's going to come. You don't know why it happened, but you're going to spit out a real bad game.
And that's the way it works. But when you get 2 8-goal games in 11 days, I got a problem with that. And I do want to pull myself back on it.
Don't pull yourself back.
No. See, but Terry, like, it's been so long, and we're so hungry for it that we just expect. Okay, they acquired talent in free agency. They've shown stretches of playing very well. This is it. We're there. They ain't there.
No, it's not. And let me here. I wish I could just put you on my knee. But here's what happens in professional
sports.
Tell
me, Uncle T.
During the rebuild.
Tell me a story, Uncle T.
There's going to be a time where you're going to say, hey, you know what? The Wings are there. They've arrived. They're good. They're playoff bound. But then what's going to happen is they're going to take a dip, and it's going to last 3 games, 5 games, a month. Who knows? There's going to be a dip where they're going to look pretty mediocre. And hopefully, you don't see these 8-goal games anymore. But maybe last night was the dip, and you know what? Maybe the dip lasts 1 game. Maybe it lasts 2 games. Who knows? But it's always teams on the rise. Things just turn bad. And last night we saw it was awful.
Yeah, I walked away for 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Don't walk away next time.
Maybe it was my fault. In retrospect, maybe they need me.
For a 6-goal period by the New York Rangers. All Neal's fault. No, I'm kidding. But you know who would not allow 6 goals in the third period? That is Big Frog. Get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Just stop in, tell them we sent you, and they will print you one on the spot. So go to Big Frog Novi today and get your free t-shirt or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zaniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job right. Have a big project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That is 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Back at it. We are off and running on a Friday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Adam Baydoun from the dark side is here as well. Happy to have Adam mixing and scratching. That guy, there's nothing here he can't do.
Oh yeah, I know. He's like the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, there's nothing here he can't do.
He talks, man. He walks, he puts stuff together.
Versatile. I believe the word would be. Lions, Bears this weekend. My son, man, my oldest son. I treasure driving him to school every morning. Just that time you get to chat with them and stuff like that. In case you didn't notice, Carolina beat the Falcons. So your Detroit Lions, I've never seen anything like this before. Your Detroit Lions, despite the fact they have the worst record in the NFC, are now just 2 games out of the wild card spot by virtue of the Falcons' loss. And my son goes to me, he said, well, Dad, the math says they're only 2 games out of the wild card spot.
Well, that was the case before the game.
You ready for the playoff push?
I pushed for it earlier this week, and you made fun of me.
And I'm going to make fun of anybody that talks about it here, too.
I think you're raising your son correctly.
What's that?
I think you're raising your son incorrectly.
Hey, Adam, all I can do is share with them my thoughts, which are, and I posed the question to him, because I saw it going around the shows here at Woodward. We never really got into it much. I gave him the question, do you want Will Anderson, or do you want this team to go to the playoffs? That's it. It's cut and dry.
It's a simple question. It's a very easy answer.
100%?
I made the case, and I don't know how you feel about this, Neal or Terry. I made the case that if they were 8-9 in some mystical faraway land, which is not going to happen, by the way, that you could live with it, because now you're not going into your third year thinking about firing your head coach, right? You don't want to have to always start over and start over and start over. But what would happen is, well, that Rams pick is probably going to be somewhere between 10 and 16. Yeah, I think they will recover a little bit. Having said that, you have a GM that's proven he can trade up, and he can trade up without giving a ransom for it. So, regardless, yes, you would rather have the shiny toy, but you win 4 games and you have that top pick, you really want to talk about Dan Campbell being the coach here next year?
I can talk about it because they're separate entities to me. And Terry, like that's been my point from this with minute one. It's just, for me, and that doesn't have to be Will Anderson. Jalen Carter's out there. That's kind of becoming my shiny toy. But anyway,
I think
regardless.
the issue is if they win 4 games this year on top of 3 games last year, doesn't this show this guy is a complete nincompoop and can't do the job?
I just, again, that's a separate discussion to me to be had at the end of the year because he's not going anywhere. So we just need to
it doesn't
understand
mean he's going
that.
somewhere, but do you want him to go somewhere? That's not the issue. The Fords do a lot of things that you know are not going to happen, but you can still debate.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Adam giving Neal parenting advice. LOL. That one's pretty funny to me. This is the best one though. Lewis M. Neal, you need to prepare your son for the real world. Disappointments and false hopes. Let's push for the playoffs. It's just, but there are people in that camp out there. I mean, you guys did the show, right, Sam Flannel? There's a faction of people.
Oh, they work here.
There's a faction of people that work here. Well, there's a faction of people that work here.
No. There's not no common sense people who believe that. A lot of the knuckleheads that believe that work here, and they don't have common sense.
I need a drop of that. A lot of the knuckleheads that believe that work here.
It's true,
but it's true though. For the shows that we rally around here, and we make sure everything is impeccable. The host of those shows talk to you about how they're going to win the division, and then they're 1-6, and that's the kind of way that stuff works. But through all of that, it's just for me, I can't even wrap my head around people that say that. And I'm going to have a talk. I let it resonate, my son's words, and I'm going to bring this up to him when I pick him up today. And on the way home, it's going to be an educational session for him.
I have a belt if you want it.
We will try not to get to that point. But we may have to. You advocate beating it out of them, right?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
What my dad did was he took it a step further. It was mental warfare. It was, you go get me the belt, son.
Oh, gosh.
And it was torture walking to get the belt and back, and that was enough punishment. I never got the beating. A few times, but, can't say that in 2022. They might arrest my dad. Who knows?
I used to get the switch.
Yeah, I caught the belt.
Yeah, Grandma said, go get that switch.
I caught the slipper and the belt.
Yep. I caught the belt. I caught it 5 times. And I remember all 5 times with stunning clarity. I remember the weather that day, all of it.
See, they didn't beat me because I was good all the time.
I'm sure you were, T-Foss.
I was, man.
Because you knew what was going on. What? Let me get this point, and then I'll get to the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. So I'm trying to talk to my son about it, and I will on the way home. This playoff discussion, this coach hasn't won a road game ever. Like, how do we keep going back to this, guys? Every single time we keep going. Why? Based on what?
Based on the fact that the NFC is so weak.
No. You can't.
That has
See, you know what that is? That's Michigan fan bringing up Ohio State when we're talking about a Michigan issue. That's what that. Let's get in our. Let's worry about our house first.
In other words, stay out of grown folks' conversation.
Let's tend to our house first, okay? Before we start telling the rest of the neighborhood how to decorate their house, okay? Let's look at our house first. You have a coach that's never won a road game. They've won 4 games total in the last season plus. And all of a sudden, we're talking about ripping off 7-1 run. Based on what?
No, based on nothing. That is absurd. And especially since the fact that teams like Chicago, both New York teams, they look better than we thought. Jacksonville looks better than we thought. Even Carolina can win a few games. Where are all of those wins coming? Because that schedule that we all thought was going to be so easy down the stretch
is the toughest in the NFL so far to this point.
And that's unbelievable. And that's why you don't play the schedule game to start the season. That's why you don't just go in and pencil wins. I still think this is going to be like a 3, 4, 5 win football team. And at this point, it's time to put the tanks in the streets. But because, and I'm just bringing this up to give some perspective, because they are technically only 2 games out, I think people who want to see some growth from the rookies, who want to see Dan Campbell succeed, are thinking they're having some hope. They're having some copium. And I don't think it's healthy right now, but I'm just trying to get into their psyches.
Yeah, and Terry, I got this one for you here. On the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Steve Lehman, and I want your response to it. You can't say you want the Lions to lose for the pick and then complain about Campbell when it happens. Never happy. And Terry, I want your response to that first.
First of all, you have to look at a bigger picture. Dan Campbell was brought here to get rid of all the clock management miscues, to get rid of the coaching mistakes, and he hasn't done that. Yeah, you can't complain about Dan Campbell and want the pick.
And that's where I am.
Because you know, if you get the pick and if you get the talent, this man is not the one to lead them to prosperity.
And that's not an opinion. That's based on data. Like again, when I go to it and say Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are separate, I've seen Brad Holmes deliver to the tune of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week as a Detroit Lion for the first time ever. You see what I'm saying? Like the evidence with Brad Holmes is becoming overwhelming.
I mean, before Kirby Joseph even had his coming out party, before Derek Barnes had his great game, we were still talking about guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, Malcolm Rodriguez, even guys like Aleem McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson as hits to like super big hits for Brad Holmes. And with Dan Campbell, you're talking about a coach who hasn't won a road game yet. You're talking about a coach who's won 5 games in 1+ seasons, and that's just not good enough. And say Dan Campbell and the Lions do win 3 or 4 games this year. What if he ends this season as a 7-26-1 coach in 2 years? You absolutely can complain about Dan Campbell while also looking at some of Brad Holmes' wins for the future, because Dan Campbell will have shown no coach comes back from 7-26-1 in 2 seasons and magically becomes great. That just doesn't happen. There's no real precedent for it.
Well, that hurts my feelings, Flannel, so shut the hell up.
No, but Terry, it is. It's that's where I am with it. It's but you know, I'm Team Draft Capital. I always have been. I always will be,
yes,
because you win with good players.
Like you. But I want you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And answer this question honestly.
You got it.
Is the roster today better than the roster that Brad Holmes was inherited with?
100%.
Okay, was it better last year than it was the last year of Quinn Trisha?
100%.
Then why is the record worse?
There's only one conclusion you can draw.
Conclude for me.
Who's coaching the team?
Right.
Who's making those? Can I open my eyes or no?
Open them up now.
Okay. Who is making these decisions in the fourth quarter of a tied game, or when you go to the locker room with a halftime lead and come back and get cooked in the second half of the game? Obviously, the team's good enough from a talent perspective to get you the lead going into halftime. What changes? The players stay the same. Those same guys that went in the tunnel come out of the tunnel. The players stay the same, right?
They do.
So you tell me then, Terry. I'll pose the same question to you. Answer your question.
I don't think they have the right man leading them. And the reason people don't want to there's 2 reasons people don't want to get rid of him. One, he hasn't been here long enough. You know, I need to see more than 2 years. And the third one, people just like him. He's enthusiastic. He says silly stuff. They like him.
Right.
Because when he was hired and he had his opening press conference, you just saw people saying, I'd run through a wall for this guy. You don't want to get rid of a guy like that, even if he's not winning football games. You're reluctant, at least in this town, they're reluctant to get rid of him. Now, if he'd been coaching somewhere else, Dan Campbell may have already been fired.
Sebastian says the Lions could win more games. They may be bad, but there's tons of bad teams and tons of bad football being played right now. It is grim in these NFC streets.
I mean, that's why the Lions can be 2-6 and still be thinking about playoff hopes. And one more thing before we go to break. I don't think this was a roster before the season that you would have looked at and said, this is a 4 or 5 win roster. And that is precisely the reason why I think Dan Campbell should absolutely be on the hot seat. And if the Lions end up winning 4 or 5 games at the end of the year, that you should just get rid of them at the end of the season on the field, just like they did Herm Edwards at Arizona State.
We're going to have plenty of time. We're going to have lots of shows to have that discussion. We can't just we can't just do it all right now, guys. Easy, everybody, easy. We got to get through it all. The Sports Marketing Agency, they help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It talks about the stigma of seeking help for mental things that you have going on in your life. If you're struggling or you know somebody else who's struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Again, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency. They're here to help.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Thanksgiving is all about family and friends. That's why Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game.
Easy there. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Shouldn't you be in Detroit losing a football game right now?
That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting in row number 1. So close you can hear the action, smell the excitement, and taste the glory of Detroit football. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. And we'll see you Thanksgiving Day at Ford Field. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
The Fowling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling game. 2 ways to play, $12 unlimited open play or $120 lane reservation for up to 10 people. You also have the $2 mystery beer machine and the full bar, and you can bring in any kind of food you want, whatever you want. No hassle, no fuss. Shout out Spenmo Racks. Check it out at fowlingwarehouse.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel, Adam Baydoun from the dark side here as well. Happy to have you with us on Woodward Sports. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Y'all are fired up. I appreciate
Can
that.
I
Getting your
correct you on
thoughts out there.
something?
Yes.
Adam Baydoun is not from the dark side.
I was told he was.
He is the dark
Oh,
side.
okay, absolutely. Representing the
I get a
body.
bad rep, but whatever.
Do you, Adam?
I
Do
think
you
so.
really?
Look, if there wasn't so many goddamn idiots in this world, I think everybody would be just fine. But here we are. I'm the bad guy. Okay. You're an idiot.
Adam Baydoun put on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, is Dan Campbell a turd?
That was not me.
Okay, anyway, moving on.
How's that poll going, though?
Well, let me see. It's 50-50 right now.
Okay.
No, 52% of the vote. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Motown Cool. I see the player still running through walls. There it is. And hey, as we get back up and going too, I'm just glad that all this is getting flushed out before the bottom word.
Good. The final word, not
Oh.
the bottom word.
The final line. Who is on it?
I'll give you one guess. I'll give you 2 guesses.
Stick.
And
Maz?
answer.
Stick. Where's the crew at?
It's Friday.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's the other thing. On the final word,
They don't
you
do They don't do Fridays.
I don't do Friday. I don't do my birthday.
Holiday. Oh, it looks like we're back.
We are back.
We are back. Welcome back, everybody. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Appreciate you hanging through there. Viewers.
Everything all good, Neal? You good?
Well,
you need anything? Can I help you?
Well, no. This isn't the final word. So you got to. Oh, you're getting the arm loose on the shoulder for 2 to 4. Okay,
Yes,
I gotcha.
yeah. Cocktails after, Terry.
Cocktails after, absolutely. Dave Schultz, AT&T went out again. Detroit Arrow, RIP Internet. Nicholas Duncan says, Adam pushing buttons, see what happens. Tommy B, live stream having trouble with the snap here. Jeremy Anderson, this would never happen on Maz's show. I think we could all agree with that.
I agree with it. I'm even afraid to comment about it because something bad could happen to me.
WoodwardSports.com chat through Motown Cool. New poll. Is Woodward Sports internet provider a turd? Oh man, it is funny though. But we are, and look, every Lions discussion we have devolves into should Dan Campbell be the coach. You notice that? You know what I want to do one day? I want to come in here on a Friday, and we're talking Bears Lions, right? And Justin Fields, who I've really warmed up to the last couple weeks, really have seen a lot because for some reason the Bears have been on national TV, and in passing, I've had an opportunity to watch Fields, but because I have been kind of intrigued by him because I do think he's part of that next generation, the Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jacksons, all that kind of stuff. And I'm intrigued because I think that's what's missing with the Lions. 3rd and 7, everybody's covered. Go make a play with your feet, get a first down, extend the drive. So I want one time, Terry, to come in here on a Friday and say, hey, man, Kirby Joseph, can he build on that? What do you have to do? Put your defensive coordinator ahead of him. What do you do to stop Justin Fields? We can't do that. It always boils down to Dan Campbell should be fired, doesn't it?
It does. And do you disagree with that?
Again, for statement's sake, I am separating Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes. Very pro Dan Campbell, or very pro Brad Holmes. I'm inching towards anti-Dan Campbell because of the data. I see the same things happening over and over and over. How much data do you need, man? What do you need? 34 games? You need 51 games? How many games you need? As Sam Flannel said, you don't recover from being 8-25-1. You don't magically get good.
And that's one of the symptoms of having a coach who is 5-19-1 and a little over a year plus, because that's not a good team. That's what people are talking about. When you have a 5-19-1 coach, of course you're going to talk about whether you fire the coach. And I know we kind of excuse last year's 3-13-1 for not having a very good roster, but this year they made upgrades, and they don't look like they're going to be maybe 1 or 2 wins better. That's not good enough. And when you boil it down to it, if they're 6-27-1 or 7-26-1 or even like 8-25-1, that's not okay. You can't survive with a coach like that. They don't come back from starts that bad.
Yeah, and
at this point, I'm just ready to let him roll. Let him roll and sink the Lions to a 4-win season. Because you might find a guy who's competent and figures things out and gets him to 7-10 or something ridiculous like that.
Well,
what's that going to do for you? You're going to miss the playoffs. You're going to miss a high draft pick.
You have a mid-draft pick, right?
Yeah, and so what's the point? At this point, what is the point?
And that's where I always back down to it, Terry, because as I like to say, the second you know you can't make the playoffs, and I don't care that they're 2 games behind 8 teams. This was my thing with the Tigers thing. When you're by, they're 7 games out of the playoffs. Yeah, but they're behind 6 teams. All 6 of those teams are going to play each other over the next week. You can't gain any ground, even if you win, because somebody's going to win in front of you.
What do they always say? You'd rather be 6 games out behind 1 team than 4 games out behind 5, just because of so many teams you have to jump in. Even though the NFC is bad, there's a really big logjam at about 3-6, 4-5. And the Lions, it would take a lot for them to jump those teams. They're not going to do it because they're going to be a 4-5 win football team anyway.
People are forgetting is that the 49ers are 4-4.
Right, that's the team
change.
You're chasing.
Yeah, well, you're chasing the Niners. 1, good luck. Number 2, the Giants are 6-2. If they finish the season 3-6, they're 9-8.
What are we talking
Why are we
about?
having this conversation?
I don't know,
I swear
Adam.
to God, I just want to go to sleep at night and not have to think about idiots. But here we are.
I don't know. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G says Rule Breaker broke the internet feed by upsetting Bo's Ghost. Why would I upset Bo's Ghost? He knows he was 2-8 in the Rose Bowl and fired Ernie Harwell. He's the first one that knows that.
Damn.
Why would I upset him?
Don't put the fire Ernie Harwell on him. The Tigers made him do it.
But he did it. So we agree he fired Ernie Harwell.
Well, he did it like this. Okay, I have to do this.
Right.
Bam, bam.
So we agree he fired Ernie Harwell. We agree.
Tigers fired Ernie Harwell.
Who fired Ernie Harwell? Who delivered the news to him?
Well,
who delivered the news to him?
Bo, the PR guy now? He delivered the news, but
okay, so
I'm
he
convinced
fired him.
He didn't do it. No.
He fired
What if
him?
I delivered the news, hey, Ernie Harwell is fired? Doesn't mean I did it. I'm just delivering the news.
Turd. So he fired him. And he went 2-8 in the Rose Bowl. So, Mike G, I don't know why Bo's Ghost would be upset with me. He should be upset. The fact that he never won any national titles while Woody Hayes was racking him. He should be upset. Not me. Why would I get his ghost upset? Is that fair, Sam? Is that fair?
I've always said that Bo Schembechler is on kind of the low end of great coach. He was great in the Big Ten. He was very good against Ohio State, but when it comes to Rose Bowls, he was obviously terrible, and he never won a national championship. So he's right at the bottom tier of great coach.
But, his mentality wasn't to win a national championship. His mentality wasn't to win the Rose Bowl. When you heard Bo talk, he talked about the Big Ten beating Ohio State and getting to the Rose Bowl. That was his goal.
Yeah,
he got there, and he got his butt kicked a number of times.
Neal, we have to go to break, but I'll leave you with this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we do.
All right. Brad Holmes is a losing GM. Is that a fact or not right now? His record. He is overall a losing GM. Is that correct?
Oh, well, hey, I'll do like you guys. I'll do like you guys with the Bo Schembechler stuff.
Hear me out.
Well, no.
The win-loss record right now, is it not what it is? 5-19-1. The same as Campbell, correct?
Sure.
Les Snead was a losing GM with Steve Spagnuolo and Jeff Fisher while he was accruing all that talent and all the trades he made. And then he hired Sean McVay, and now he's suddenly revered as one of the best GMs in football. Why? I'll leave you with that, Neal.
Because one of the variables changed.
Let me leave you with this one here, Buckwheat. Did Brad Holmes hire Dan Campbell?
No, he did not.
Part of being a GM is you get your players and you get your coach. And here's the other thing I don't know, and I don't think can Brad Holmes fire Dan Campbell? I think the answer is no.
And that's to be determined. Hey, Sam Flannel, people say you need a haircut.
They most certainly do. And if I were to get a haircut, I would go to Lady Jane's. Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home, up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Time to talk about Mike Phillips, not former American football cornerback Anwar Phillips, but Michael Phillips. Looking to buy or sell your home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That is 313-403-0011.
Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, Terry Foster, Sam Flannel. Big Mike Gentry now sliding in for Adam Baydoun. BMG, what's poppin'? What happened to the Red Wings last night?
I don't know. It got ugly, man. It got ugly.
You were down there, right?
Yeah, it was a collapse in the third period, to say the least.
What was the mood with the crowd?
Oh, the life got sucked out of the place, to say the least.
Were they were they heated about it? Or
no booze, really. But
no?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I think they were just stunned because not only was it quick, but it was fast.
Yeah.
I mean, they just, bam, see ya. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah, I think that was it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G. Flannel Sam looks great. He's a leader and best, so he doesn't need to go to Lady Jane's. Okay. Oh,
We're
yeah.
Stick together.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. People are talking about it, too. Stephen Baffy says, LOL, Bo did fire Ernie Harwell, but Holmes did not hire Dan Campbell. That is factual.
It's true.
And this is the other thing that gets me here. Nicholas Duncan, quarterback and head coach. Holmes brought in Goff. So haven't we gone through this, though? And I hear other media entities in the city kind of picking up on the subject matter we've been discussing as of late. And I pose this to my friend, my good buddy Cornbread Dennis, who's a lifelong Detroit Lions addict. And he's a high-functioning Lions addict, I guess you could say. He knows he's...
Poor thing.
Yeah. He still goes to work and everything like that and does his job. He just can't shake it, and there's nothing he can do about it. But the Jared Goff thing, give me your solution, as we always say. And we'll talk about that as time goes on, obviously. Just wrapping up this Lions discussion, though. Did you catch the DeAndre Swift's kind of unhappy about his workload?
I missed that.
Yeah, so...
you mean it's 5 carries a game?
Yeah, he's upset about his workload. He wants more action.
Well, they are babying him. Because you always see 5 carries, 40-something yards. I thought maybe he was just... They're trying to protect him. Or maybe he's still... I don't know, ginger. Or he still has lingering issues and they don't want to push him.
Woodward Sports Doc, this is going to devolve into this.
Go ahead.
I'm salty. I love what Brad Holmes has done, everything but Jared Goffel. You took a first round. Do you like Jamison Williams?
I mean, he hasn't played yet, but
no, right now, right here now. Do you guys like Jamison Williams?
I think he is going to be a great wide receiver. I really do when he gets on the field.
Well, then there you go. You had to suck it up with Goff for a couple of years.
And whatever you get next year.
What's the play?
It's not done.
Anyone who complains about Jared Goff in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, tell me what your play is then. So you're going to say draft someone in this draft. But my understanding is you're falling out of love with everybody that's in this quarterback class, right? So then what's your play?
I mean, you can't blame people, though, because Jared...
Then what's the play, Sam Flannel?
I would probably draft a rookie quarterback, honestly. But
you're not going to be in a spot to take one.
Hey, if they keep winning, shoot, they won't be.
Keep winning. They've won 2 games.
Well, you know what I mean, though. But they already passed the Houston Texans. So
yeah.
if they win maybe 2 or 3 more games, you might not get the guy you want. You might not even be able to draft Will Levis. I wouldn't want that anyway. But you might be picking 7 or 8, and that's just the most nightmarish scenario we can ask for right now.
And here they go, like Nicholas Duncan, Tanner Mordecai, round 5. No, Tanner Mordecai.
Tanner of SMU, the great Tanner Mordecai.
People get desperate.
When does that ever work out, people?
Never. There was one once, and nobody liked him. Nobody liked Tom Brady. Michigan fans didn't even like Tom Brady.
There was Tom Brady. Russell Wilson, I guess, to be fair, but those are just unicorn examples. You got to get your guy in the first round or not at all. That's what history shows. Tanner Mordecai. Come. Jesus Christ. I can't believe we brought up Tanner Mordecai on the show today.
Here's the other thing you can remember, because you have 2 first-round picks. Both of them could be top 10. You can trade up to get your quarterback if you want.
So you want to burn the draft capital to get up into a position to take one of these quarterbacks. You're drawing your line in the sand for C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young.
I'm not, but the people are. If you are so desperate for a quarterback,
what's your play,
that's
Terry?
what you can do.
What's your play? Fix the quarterback situation.
My play is this: deal with Jared Goff another year or 2,
which you can at an affordable price.
I want Will Anderson. Probably can't get him, but who knows? Get people who can play. Make this a complete team, and then worry about Jared Goff, because you've missed your opportunity.
But Terry, if you go that route, if you want to address it in the draft, you got another 2 to 3 years after that.
Fine.
You're cool with that.
You know what? I might have a couple bourbons and pick up your boy, Lamar Jackson. You can do stuff with the quarterback. You don't have to draft a quarterback. You can pick up a free agent, even though this is not a free agent destination. There's always some quarterbacks that are available. They may not be who you want, but at least they're experienced quarterbacks.
Sam Flannel, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm probably going after a rookie quarterback, and it's because...
Which one?
I mean, I would probably say Bryce Young. If we can get him, if we're obviously
high enough in the draft. You're going to trade. You're going to trade draft assets to do it.
I wouldn't trade. If we have that pick available, I would go after Bryce Young. But if the Lions somehow win 5 or 6 or 7 games, it might be shown that Jared Goff does look better and can be the quarterback for next year. What I'm going off of is the fact that in the last 4 games, besides for the first half versus Miami, Jared Goff has been absolutely morbid. He led his team to 6 points against the Cowboys, 0 against the Patriots, and then 15 against the Packers. He was terrible in, what would that be? 7 out of the last 8 halves. And that's what you're going to get with Jared Goff. You're going to get a lot of those games where he just throws them away, i.e. the Cowboys game, i.e. like he tried to do against the Packers. And I don't trust him moving forward.
At WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Max Mayer, get the rookie over Lamar. Come on, what rookie? What's your plan? Like, we can say these, we'll draft a rookie. What rookie? How? Where?
I mean, Lamar is obviously the holy grail. If somehow we could get Lamar to come here, I would absolutely
Lamar
love
Jackson's not coming here.
Well, and that's kind of what most people say. And he obviously could be franchised after this year. I know he would sit out, but Lamar is kind of that dream scenario that we all wish that we could have, because with this roster and you still having all that cap space, I think Lamar would work out here. If he chose to come here, I think he would succeed.
You know what I could do? I could wait. I could wait for my guy, Caleb Williams. I can't get him this year. Can I get him next year? That guy can play. People don't see him play because he's out on the West Coast, and he'll be in the Big Ten next year, burning up the Big Ten, passing for 400 yards and rushing for 150 yards against the Big Ten.
Tommy B says Lamar or bust. Chuck Brewer says that cap space will be gone, LOL. Chuck, it wouldn't. All these numbers that I talk about in the future, that's with Jared Goff's $30 million on the books already. So it's a minimal increase. So if you have $110 million in cap space in 2024, it would only cost you $20 million of that cap space to give a quarterback $50. Am I losing people there with that? $30 million, that $120 million of cap space you have, $30 million is already accounted for in that figure.
No, I don't think you're losing people. I think that people need to understand that Lamar Jackson, franchise tag be damned, it's not outside of the realm of possibility. At least with our cap space afforded, we can do it. Like we were saying earlier.
You know what, Young Buck? I like how you say, $20 million is nothing. But we were talking about some fringe players. Oh, he's going to cost you $1.25 million. You don't want to get him. I will pay,
and what's my phrase? I will pay for quality. I will pay for. Then what's your play? Draft Hendon Hooker and pray to God. Draft Tanner Mordecai in the 5th round. Is my play more likely to work? And again, I know Lamar's got to work out the situation with the Ravens. I'm saying of that ilk, I will pay for quality. Because if you're going to tell me, because if you want Stroud or Bryce Young, you got to trade draft capital to get there.
But you may not have to do that for Caleb Williams. If you get Caleb Williams,
he can't come out till next year, Terry.
That's what I'm saying. I said I'm willing to wait.
And if he's what you think he is, he's going number 1.
Nah, maybe not.
If he is so why do you want Caleb Williams so bad?
Because I know if I bring him here and when he develops, he's going to bust your ass.
So then a lot of people are going to think that, I would imagine. He'll probably go number 1 because if you have the number 1 pick, chances are, what position are you not good at?
Well, you know what? You're going to have Dan Campbell as your coach. You might get the first pick anyway.
Cintron's always a number 1 overall pick, the official energy drink of the Red Wings. They've combined all 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box. Okay. Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic, and sugar-free all in one convenient package. Or you can go to Kroger where it's 2 for $4. You better double up. Pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron and let's go Red Wings.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been I'm not snoring anymore. I have a lot of energy. It's great. And oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, Come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers. Get your customized approach to weight loss. Think of all the ways that weight affects your health, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. Custom Health Center blessed to have over 20,000 success stories. It's been their honor to help many professional athletes manage their weight and improve their health, like Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lions great, and Detroit Piston bad boy Rick Mahorn. Start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-THIN. Custom Health Centers. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster, BMG in the house, Big Mike Gentry, Sam Flannel as well. Terry, want to knock down these nickel packages, man? Talk some
that's
football.
what I came here for.
I'm done with the Dan Campbell stuff. Right?
I'm not.
We're right? We're done with that for the nickel package, right, Sam Flannel? Right?
Yes, we are done with it for the nickel package.
We're going pro or college?
We are going pro first. Okay. First down, Justin Fields over-under for rushing yards this weekend against the Bears, 75.
I want to say no because that's a lot of rushing yards, but I know at some point it'll be 3rd and 9, and he'll break off 35 yards.
He had over 100 more than that last week. He's capable.
I know he's capable.
I was going to say 125, so I'm going to go over on that.
God, I want to say no so bad, man, because 75 is a lot for a quarterback to get. And
the Lions.
I know that there will be a 30-yard carry on 3rd down. I know there will, so I guess I got to go over. Sorry.
Because the Lions say they're going to shut him down.
I know. I've been told.
We'll see.
I was told they're going to shut him down.
No, that's a very good question. I would actually go over as well. 2nd down, Matthew Judon has kind of quietly had maybe the best season by a defensive player in the NFL. He is currently at 11.5 sacks. Can he break the single-season sack record?
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
You get an extra game now, too. This dude's incredible.
He's more than halfway there.
Yeah, this dude has been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I think it's 22.5 by Strahan. Let me look that up.
And I'll never, ever, it's 21.5.
Because of the way Brett
Favre laid down for him.
Do you think Strahan would have gotten him anyway, though? He was right around him.
No.
I'm going to say no.
We'll never know because he laid down for him.
No, he
like
did,
a punk ass.
He did lay down for him. I'm going to say no because teams will game plan a little bit for him. Judah, as great as he is, isn't a household name. He's not someone that I think the NFL was really focused on, but they're going to be now. I'm going to say no.
See, Terry, I don't think it matters. I think you can get. You think teams aren't game planning for him now? Most definitely they are. It doesn't matter with this guy.
They don't game plan for Cooper Kupp. Yeah. And he's been killing people.
Yes, they do, Terry. Yes, they do. It is incredible, though. You just do not hear about him.
No, you don't. That's why it's almost surprising that Matthew Judon, if he breaks the record, it would almost be crazy, but he's been really, really good for a long time, and he's really having his coming out party. Okay, 3rd down. So Josh Allen, he may be out this weekend. Can the Buffalo Bills still beat the Minnesota Vikings with Case Keenum at quarterback?
Absolutely, man. It's the Vikings. I know, and we're all waiting for, what are they, 7-1?
Yeah, 7-1.
7-1.
You made a mistake. It's not the Vikings. It's the Queens.
The Queens, that's right.
Of course they can beat them. But the bigger thing is, can they win that division without him? That, I'm going to say no. Can they beat the Queens? Absolutely, rooting tootin'.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, Terry. Because if you don't win your division, life gets a lot harder on you. Now you're talking about having to go on the road your first playoff game. You're going to have to ultimately go to Kansas City. You got to don't let the Dolphins win that division. Don't let the Dolphins win that division, Sam Flannel. Don't let it happen.
I mean, the Bills just have such a talented roster. In Case Keenum, he has proven that he can win games. He can take a team to the playoffs and win a playoff game. So I think they're in okay hands to at least tread water. But yeah, the Dolphins, they are pretty scary. All right, 4th down. Let me just pull that up really quick. Who throws for more touchdowns this week? Geno Smith or Tom Brady?
This is what we're down to, huh? with Tom Brady. This is what we've been reduced to now. You gonna throw more touchdowns than Geno Smith?
Who would have thought before
Geno
the
Smith
season?
is playing well, dude. We make fun of him, but he's been a beast this year.
You know what? He should be in the MVP discussion.
Oh, man.
Oh, you didn't just say that, did you? You gonna go there? There he is.
How far down the line?
I think Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are shot. The only reason they won last week is because the Rams are shot too.
Yep.
Now, Neal was afraid of something that's not going to happen. He was afraid that whoever won the Buccaneers Ram game, people are going to say, "Ooh, can they make a big playoff push now?" You don't hear that talk. No.
Which is because I thought for sure that was good. Well, actually, I take that back. I did because of the division. So people, that's what they're clutching. Everybody in that game wanted the Buccaneers to win so they could run that back, right? They're clutching their pearls of, well, they can win this division by being 8-9 or 7-10, which they can.
They could, but they're not going anywhere, brother.
I'm just saying.
You know
guys,
what? And when the playoffs begin, the Buccaneers are going to be sitting right next to the Detroit Lions watching.
Really?
73% completion percentage.
I mean, the Geno Smith, he's comeback player of the year, hands down. He wasn't a starting quarterback. He hasn't been a starting quarterback in the NFL since 2014, prior to this year. He was a punchline, and now he's probably going to lead the Seahawks to a division title.
73% completion percentage. He's playing okay, how about this? He's playing as well as anybody else. Now, that doesn't mean he should be the MVP or anything like that. He's playing incredibly well.
As well, I think Mahomes and Josh Allen and
I didn't say he should. See, I knew you guys were going to do this, right? I knew you guys were going to go back to that.
Because he's young.
Yeah, I knew you guys were going to go back to that. I'm not saying he's that. I'm saying put some respect on that man's name for what he's done so far to this point, because he's been as valuable to their team as anybody, if not more.
I'm going to play the little Neal Ruhl game. All right, buddy.
Okay. I was told.
Jared
what's his
Goff
salary?
Or Smith? Or who would you pick as your quarterback?
Oh, obviously Geno Smith, man. Like that's not a debate right now.
Okay, bam.
Like he's putting together a season right now. And again, as Namahe says on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Gino Marino is balling right now, and he is. So, absolutely.
Gino Marino. I think that's going a little bit too far. But anyway, all right. Fifth down. Last question of the day. It goes by fast, doesn't it? All right. Less total points scored in these matchups. Broncos versus Titans or Falcons? Falcons versus Panthers already happened. So, do the Broncos and Titans go below 40?
Yeah, probably, dude. What's Russell Wilson going to do?
Broncos country, let's ride.
What's the deal on Tannehill? Have we heard? Is he coming back this week?
I think he's trending towards coming back, which is good because Malik Willis, 11 completions in 2 games. They need Ryan Tannehill back.
They did do a lot of design rollout runs for Malik Willis, though. Like they I will give them credit. Like they tailored their playbook to what they had.
Yeah, because Malik Willis obviously isn't ready to play. And they won a game and they stayed in it into overtime versus Kansas City with Malik Willis as the quarterback, but still, they need Ryan Tannehill back. And if he's back, I would probably say over.
No, it's not. Russell Wilson's involved, so it's going to be trash. Your thoughts, Terry?
You know what little kids do when they see Russell Wilson?
Point and laugh.
They say, "Sir, did you used to be Russell Wilson?" That's what they say.
They say, "Sir, is that Lego hair that you have? Can you pop that off your head and put different Lego hair on?
Can you learn how to pass the ball again?"
They'll say, "Russell, excuse me, Mr. Wilson, is your face going to start to swallow itself like Tom Brady's?"
No, jeez.
The fall from grace from Russell Wilson, it's almost as staggering as the glow up of Geno Smith, and they just swapped.
That's a good one for you.
Oh, you know what, fellas? We may have gotten something wrong. We assume that Tom Brady and Giselle broke up because she didn't want him to play football. Maybe they broke up because she was pissed that Tom Brady got plastic surgery. Ever think about that? Say, Tom, I like you the way you were.
Yeah, now your face is swallowing itself in front of everybody.
Right, now you look like Lindsay Lohan.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Giovanni Mascherity. Shout out Oakland basketball this weekend. Kate Cunningham stopping by the arena. Yep, Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock. If the Lions are getting cooked, flip over to TV 20. I'll have Oakland and Oklahoma State.
Now, is Kate going to be able to get tickets? Because the arena might sell out.
I'll see what I can do for him.
Okay.
I'll see what I can do.
I don't want to see Kate banging on the door. Hey, can I get in? I'm Kate Cunningham.
Security, get this man away from me. No, but hey, that's it, man. Right?
Yeah,
that's it.
that is all. So, speaking of the Detroit Lions, Woodward Front Row. Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game. That's right, you and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting row 1. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and if we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram to tag your crew. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Guardian Alarm keeps you safe and gives you peace of mind. Whether you're at home or on the road, their 24/7 local monitoring makes sure what is important to you is safe. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT for peace of mind. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT right now and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Back at it. Big D Energy, Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster. We got Sam Flannel in the house. And BMG, Big Mike Gentry here as well. We got the Pro Nickel package. Let's go to a little more of a fixture. They're always running the nickel in college these days, right?
Oh, yeah, they are. Mike Sanders still, anybody? Okay, anywho, college football nickel package. First down, does Ole Miss keep their slim playoff hopes alive by beating Alabama at home this Saturday?
No. No, they don't. And you guys laugh at Alabama's schedule all the time. Look at these games they've been playing, Sam Flannel.
At Ole Miss, it really has been murderer's row. Can you imagine Alabama losing 3 regular season games? It's possible.
It's
possible. You say no, though.
Nah.
They won't win, but I think they're going to scare the hell out of them.
You think so? You think it'll be tight?
Yeah.
What would Michigan's record be this year if they had Alabama's schedule?
They might have 2 losses. Who knows? It's possible.
Deflect and move on, Sam Flannel. I like it. That's a great play.
Do they win at Tennessee?
No. I'm not an idiot. Of course they don't lose it. They don't win at Tennessee.
Do they win at Texas?
With an injured Quinn Ewers, yes.
Well, you know that they called 17 penalties on Alabama that day.
Yeah, and that is true. But I think that Alabama has shown to be a more undisciplined team because the penalties is something that keeps rearing their ugly head. At least with Michigan. I know at home they get some home cooking, but Alabama has just been very undisciplined this year as a whole.
And they have been, but that's what happens when you play games on the road.
And we'll see at Columbus. They'll probably get like 7-8 penalties called against them.
Be ready for it, guys, because Alabama's getting a taste of it, and you're going to get a taste of it because that's the way that works. I did hear Nick Saban, though, this morning college football show I listened to on Sirius. I did hear a clip of Nick Saban giving my guy Lane Kiffin a ton of credit for what he did at Alabama, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, Lane Kiffin, he was the offensive coordinator for a while.
But you know all that's fake.
He's done pretty well everywhere he's gone. He just keeps showing up places, and now he's at Ole Miss, and maybe he can build them into something. I like Lane Kiffin myself too. Second down.
Nick Saban doesn't.
Hey, but he liked him when he was his offensive coordinator. Second down. Washington plays at Oregon on Saturday. Pretty big Pac-12 matchup. Which quarterback throws for more touchdown passes? Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix?
Bo Nix is at home, right? This is a very easy answer.
Bo Nix at home.
Bo Nix at home. He'll spin it. Real quick, WoodwardSports.com chat.
Bo Nix is a scrub.
Not at home.
Michael Penix Jr.
Not when he plays at home. Real quick, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Mike G says Kiffin to Auburn. Don't be surprised if it's Kiffin to Nebraska.
Really?
Don't be surprised.
Wow.
You want a good little juicy one? There's a little juicy one for you.
Why would you go to Nebraska when you're at Ole
He's
Miss?
from Nebraska.
That's true.
Yep, he's from Nebraska.
He would get a statue.
Then he should know better not to go back.
He would get a statue built of him if he could build Nebraska back from the
to
doldrums.
8-4.
To 8-4, right? Beat Bo Pelini.
And that's kind of what he did going to Ole Miss, right? Comes in, softens that schedule up, goes 9-1. Everybody loves him.
But to be fair, Ole Miss was never a national power like Nebraska was.
They were ranked number 1 in the nation 5 years ago.
I know, but Nebraska's won 5 national championships between, I think, 1970 and 1995. I know that's history, but that's not ancient history. That's a proud program, and Scott Frost just pretty much put his stamp on it in a very, very bad way.
But getting back to it, though, Bo Nix, definitely, I think in my mind. Remember when Penix, the Michigan State game, everyone's like, oh, Michael Penix is back. He spin it. Then we never heard from him again.
Well, that's what happens when you lose 2 times. He still has 23 touchdown passes. He's still having the best season of his career, but it becomes more quiet when you aren't like a contender anymore, when you lose 2 games, when you kind of get buried out in the Pac-12 after dark games. I think that's all it is. He's still balling.
Yeah, I mean, but you're in. You're drawing your line in the sand with Penix, huh?
Yes. I just don't like Bo Nix.
I don't either. But he
might run for 4 touchdowns.
Look at his splits in his career, though.
Yeah.
Home v road. It's incredible.
It is incredible. And at Oregon, I think he's kind of found his football nirvana with Oregon because he's had a really good year. I want to discredit him. I can't. Even if it's home loaded, I still can't discredit him. He's been balling. Give him some credit.
Next time we go get a drink, Terry, first round of bourbon, I'll take Bo Nix touchdown passes. You get Michael Penix.
Yeah, but that would have already happened by the time we get our bourbon.
Right, I'm saying, but that'll be the bet.
Okay, all right, bam.
Loser picks up the first round.
And passing, I'm not talking running, brother.
Passing.
Because I said passing and running.
Touchdown's responsible for it.
Right,
Steve.
I know how you slide things on me like that, man.
Do I? All right, so there it is. That's action.
I was very, very careful with my words. Passing. Okay, question number 3, third down. Is LSU, the suddenly resurgent LSU, on upset alert going on the road to Arkansas this Saturday?
100%. 100%, yeah. There's another big-time environment that they're going to have to walk into. Again, Brian Kelly, and I said this earlier this week on the show, Brian Kelly will win a national title at LSU before he's done there. I'm convinced of that. That guy can coach his ass off, Terry.
He just has an awful Southern accent. But I can't say anything bad about Brian Kelly because he made the Chippewas relevant.
Grand Valley.
I'm good. I don't care about Grand Valley. I just care about
took Notre Dame to. I mean, I don't understand how a program like Nebraska, you want to be relevant. Brian Kelly's your guy, and we've got multiple data points on it. If you want to win, you go get Brian Kelly, and he'll win.
It's won everywhere he's gone.
Everywhere he's ever been.
Every single place, like Grand Valley, Central, Notre Dame, and now LSU. And what he's done with this team, you got to give him some credit. But Arkansas, that is definitely a trap game. That is a game where they
%, yes. But they will, Sam Flannel. LSU will win a national title under Brian Kelly's watch.
I could see it. Brian Kelly's going to have the most talented roster he's ever had, his greatest recruiting base. Let's let Brian Kelly cook. I know he was a bit of a punchline at the beginning of the year, but he's proving a lot of people wrong. Okay, now, fourth down. This is a very interesting one, and Neal has kind of talked about it before. Does Texas hand TCU their first loss of the season this Saturday in Austin?
It's leaning that way, man. They are a 7-point favorite in that football game. I was expecting 3.5, and people are betting them too. People are betting them.
Dude, Texas, they got a really good quarterback running back combination, good wide receivers. I mean, this is a good team.
Are they back? Is Texas back?
No, they're not back.
Never say Texas is back. Please don't. I've heard the last 50 years Texas is back.
Yeah.
But this is the big spotlight. This is the big moment. I think TCU chokes on it.
Yeah, and they've been running with the devil for a very, very long time. And they keep, and here's where I say it, because you guys, and we'll talk to our guy Ryan Poulter coming up for the Feldman Chevrolet Pigskin Pick'em Cup. You guys know I've kind of rode that wave against TCU the last couple of weeks. They always get a touchdown within the last minute of the game to kind of stretch that out to make it look like it's more impressive than it was. But I guess you got to say Texas is going to win. That point spread, man.
I know, but TCU has been a thorn in the side when it comes to Texas. I mean, Texas doesn't like the fact that in the past 10, 15 years or so, TCU has been a more relevant school in the state of Texas, which Hook'em fans are not happy about that.
No, this is a big game for TCU. It's different than just playing Texas every year. This is like we're playing Texas with stuff on the line now.
With everything on the line.
Right.
Everything. You know what? Even if TCU, I will tell you this, TCU's not getting out of it. I think they got Texas this week.
Baylor.
They're at Baylor, right?
At Baylor, yes.
They will lose one of those two games.
Hell, they could even lose two, but they're definitely going to lose one. I actually think they're going to lose to Texas this week because TCU, they're never the hunted. They're never in playoff aspirations. And this year, if they win out, they're in. And I just don't know if they're ready to swim in those waters yet.
All right, here we go. Mike G. Is TCU basically Cincinnati? You're not going to like this. TCU is basically Michigan.
Well,
what they are.
Hey, the last 15, 20 years, the numbers, by the numbers, that says
with the
that
Rose Bowl
correct.
win as well.
Was Andy Dalton their quarterback? He might have been. I'm not exactly sure, but they had some good players. They've had some really, really good teams.
But that's what makes me laugh, right? Is TCU basically Cincinnati? No, they're basically Michigan.
Hey, I can't argue with that. That's what the numbers say.
TCU is Michigan. And you know what? I'm coming to the dark side. If we had to slot the teams into the playoffs, I would take a one-loss TCU over one-loss Michigan.
The gauntlet of the schedule. You're at Texas. You're at Baylor. Back to what do you want, man? That's how I would lean too.
I mean, with these next two road games coming up, their gauntlet is still there, but I don't think they'll survive that one unscathed. All right, fifth down.
All right, fifth down.
Neal, you're gonna love this one. This Saturday for Michigan, more Blake Corum rushing TDs or more JJ McCarthy passing touchdowns? They're at home against Nebraska.
Well, I was told that J.J. McCarthy is going to set the Michigan single-season passing touchdown record.
I walked right into that one, didn't I?
He has fallen behind the pace. Is that safe to say? Am I being a hater to say that?
No, he's not even halfway there yet, unfortunately, after 9 games.
Okay.
Oh, well. Blake Corum, though, he's in the Heisman race.
So it would seem to me that JJ is going to pass for 10 touchdowns.
Absolutely, because I was told he's going to set the single-season passing touchdown record. He has fallen behind the pace, therefore he needs to pick it up. This will be a good opportunity against Nebraska. JJ McCarthy passing touchdowns. He may get 14 in this game.
14, and that would give him the record. Why not?
I was told.
You know what?
Terry, weren't you told?
I think you were lied to. Give me Blake Corum.
Hey, the numbers play out. Blake Corum has 16 on the ground and J.J. McCarthy has 12 through the air. But eventually, you would think that Michigan will air it out a little bit more. Maybe get off to a hot start.
Dude, will you wake up? No. I told you at the beginning of the season, I want JJ. Jim Harbaugh is not going to let him air it out.
No, you've been proven right because he hasn't. No, I agree with that.
You still want to play that game?
No,
Jim Harbaugh is Bo Schembechler light.
Absolutely.
His philosophy is, if I got the better team, I don't have to show everything I'm doing.
And it has worked for him so far this year because they are 9-0. And
right, I'm showing up. I'm running the football. I'm winning. And if clowns like you are going to criticize me, I don't give a damn.
When you're winning, you can get away with it. When they're undefeated, you can get away with it.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Cody Ingle says, I was told by Ryan Ermanni that JJ will go down as the greatest Michigan quarterback ever. We have those clips. Those are out there searchable on all the Woodward Sports social media outlets, by the way. You can go back and look at those. That is true. He did say that. When are we going to see it?
Okay, I have a question for all you little Michigan people. With all the crap that you went through with putting JJ in as quarterback, was it worth it?
Yes, of course it's worth it because of the element he provides with his legs. He's gotten plenty of first downs and big plays with the threat of him running the football. You can say that he's been a little bit of J.J. McNamara, and I don't think that's completely unfair, but I still think the threat he has running, the fact that he has made some big plays, and the fact that he hasn't turned the ball over, it absolutely was worth it, 100%.
Do you know why he hasn't turned the ball over?
Because they're not letting him air it out. They're
Right.
keeping it safe. They're keeping the playbook kind of in
Right,
little
and
Jim
that's what
Harbaugh's
Jim
box.
Harbaugh does.
Yep.
So, is it any different at the quarterback position? Because I'm hearing Michigan fans bitch a little bit about JJ. I thought he was better than this. I thought he was going to light it up. And
Well, we were told by Ryan Ermanni's and the Sam Flannels of the world, he's going to be the greatest Michigan quarterback ever. He will set the single-season passing touchdown record. We were told. Were we not told?
I actually said that he would set the single-season Michigan passing touchdown record, which is 25, so I didn't think that was that unreasonable, but I guess it was because it's not going to happen.
All right, when we come back, Ryan Palter will join us. We'll get you the picks for...
So Heisman is next year, right?
He's eligible to come back next year, another year of experience,
Okay.
maybe an off season. He's going to improve next year, baby, breaking the record.
You don't have to wait for next year for the burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. They're actually delivering. That's right, for a limited time only. All new burgers and loaded fries are available at your local Big Boy. Not just a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. And guess what else is new? It's the Bacon Blue. You've gone this far, upgrade the fries, everybody. Come on, don't be a heathen. Upgrade your fries. Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. Satisfy your taste buds at Big Boy.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Professionals. Join the Pepper Club. Get the best deals. They'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. Get your Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Cal Tan, the Swedish Beauty Lotions, ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans. They are your vitamin D headquarters. 27 locations. More on the way. It's Chili Peppers Tanning, y'all. Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. You know it's a football Friday here, and we like to get down and dirty with the picks, and we are knee-deep in the Feldman Chevrolet Pigskin Pick'em Cup. It's a 4-horse race. Myself, Terry Foster, Darren McCarty, and the sales director at Feldman Chevrolet. Of course, he is our guy, Ryan Palter. He's struggling a little bit, but let's not make fun of Ryan. Okay, he'll still get you a great deal on a Chevy. By the way, he can still do that. So don't think because he's not good at picking football games, he is good at finding you a great deal in a Chevrolet.
Having a slump.
He's having a slump right now. But Ryan, hey man, the ship is taking on some water right now. How you doing, man? Where are we going this week?
I don't hear my man chirping this week.
I
He's
know,
always chirping.
He's going to blame it on some technical difficulties. I bet.
He's going to say, I'm just a car salesman, and I can keep up with you guys. This is your job is to pick things. Rah, 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 rah.
He's quiet this week.
He is, and that little bit of the audio issue, I think. And we got BMG working on it right now. Do we got Ryan up now? We got you, Ryan? No?
Mm-mm.
We do not yet.
Yeah, normally if he'd been 6-0, he'd say, I'm Ryan Palter and you're not. You know?
Well, don't worry. Hey, Ryan, don't worry, man. We're just testing things out for the bottom line coming up. At,
right.
The final word at 2 to 4.
Final word. Let's get it right because they'll fire your ass if you don't get that show right.
Absolutely. The guys are working on it right now, so we'll try to get Ryan Palter back up. And until we do, we can do it this way then. We'll go over D-Mac sent me his picks. D-Mac is 5-1 in the last 2 weeks. He's actually tied for the lead in this at 14-7. We don't have the graphics up for you either, as they would on the final word.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. But whatever.
Can you hear me?
Oh, we got him. All right, there is Ryan Palter. Ryan, we appreciate you. We appreciate you joining us. So, Ryan, your ship has taken on a bit of water this week. We got you. Yes, sir.
Hear you.
It was like your picks, man. It was silent there for a little bit, but
Yeah, it was definitely a little silent for
Where are we going this week, Ryan? We got to get a win for you here this week. What are we doing?
We're going back to the roots, man. We're going back to the ones that have won me some money, and although I've been 0-3 the last 2 weeks, I still would like to say that I'm pretty damn good at this. But we're gonna figure this out here. All right, so we're starting off. We're going with LSU at Arkansas. I'm riding the hot hand, taking LSU minus 3.5. Always scary taking a college team away. I know. But listen, it's
You can be right.
LSU's look good. LSU's look good, man. And Arkansas, listen, every time I've watched Arkansas, they let me down. So I'm going with the CNI test. Arkansas is going to let me down again.
Okay.
LSU has picked it up. We're going LSU minus 3.5. I'm going to go with Houston at New York Giants. We're going to mix in some NFL games here. I bet against Houston at the beginning of this at Las Vegas. And what did it do?
We saw.
They won. So going back to that, minus 7. Taking New York Giants minus 7. Then I'm going back to Las Vegas, Indianapolis at Las Vegas, taking Las Vegas minus 5.5. There's something about playing in Vegas. You just party. Party.
Ryan, I do have some good
I'm
news.
using the Vegas factor there.
All right, I do have some good.
And I think he thinks Jeff Saturday is not a good coach.
That could be the case. I do have some good news for you, though. At the time of booking, the New York Giants line had gone down, so you're only laying 5.5 with the Giants. I got you a better line.
Listen. That's good news right there, buddy. We're starting this weekend off right.
No, but I do have to ask you this, Ryan, because you have been pretty much a college-exclusive guy. And you said you were going back to your roots here. You're mixing in a couple of NFL picks. I don't know, Ryan. You're still panicking at this point right now?
No, not at all. Because here's the thing. The last 2 weeks, I exclusively did college. A couple weeks before that, I mixed in some NFL games. The reason why I tend to go college is because there's more that can happen. And anytime I've bet in parlays, I usually hit on college. I tend to not hit so much on NFL because of, I think Vegas has more of a hand in it.
on the woodwardsports.com chat thread, Rob J says good call with LSU. So the people are behind
Thank
you, Ryan.
Listen, let's get back behind Ryan. Let's not go against Ryan. Let's get back behind me and let me come back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be number one soon. God bless everybody.
In the woodwardsports.com chat thread, people are also saying, do you need to sell 50 cars this month to cover your gambling debts?
Hey, you know what? He could be number one because I'm going to the final word. So
yeah, that is
that's
true.
the only way he's going to be number one.
That is true. Ryan, speaking of Feldman Chevrolet, here with the Pigskin Pick'em Cup brought to you by Feldman Chevrolet. What do you guys got popping? We're coming up towards the holidays right now. What's the story out there? Some good financing deals, right?
Oh yeah. Listen, we got some subventive financing rates. Chevrolet's got some subventive financing rates, and listen, Black Friday is always a big deal. They usually drop some extra incentives. We get a little more aggressive towards Black Friday, but I tell you this month hasn't started off as we'd like. A little slower the first week, and usually happens that way. But people start to panic, so it's starting to happen. So we're getting super aggressive on every deal that we're looking at.
I've got a great deal for you. The Aaron Rodgers deal. You pick 3 cars, you only pay for 1.
I like it. Let's go.
Like that? Okay, there we go.
Aaron Rodgers deal. Speaking of that, guess who was in here this weekend bought a vehicle?
Who's that?
Aaron
Kirby
Rodgers.
Joseph himself.
Oh, nice. What if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah.
What do you go with?
I'm not going to give that.
You're not gonna
You'll
say?
see it at game day.
Okay.
See it at game day. I'm
There
sure
you
you'll
go.
see it at game day. I'll pull up with it. But listen, we actually take care of a lot of the Lions. So if they're willing to come to us, stop on by. You never know who you're going to meet here. Malcolm Rodriguez comes by every other week, it feels like, and just hangs out in here. Josh Pascal, the same thing. I mean, you never know who you're going to meet in this building.
All right, and they can meet
Stop
you
on by,
as well.
Yeah, I'm more important than all those guys.
Ryan, appreciate you,
I tell
man.
Malcolm all the time, I get more FaceTime than he does. I should be signing autographs, not him.
Ryan, we appreciate you, man. We'll see you out there in a couple weeks, okay?
Hey, thanks, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. Ryan Palter, sales director for Feldman Chevrolet, the Pigskin Pick'em Cup. And real quickly here.
I'm glad he perked up at the end.
I am too. Yeah, he bounced back. We'll see if his picks bounce back, though. So you got his LSU, the Giants, and Las Vegas. D-Mac went strictly NFL this weekend. He took Seattle plus the 2.5. He took Miami laying the floor, and he took the Arizona Cardinals plus the 1.5. The Arizona Cardinals, man. You never know what's going to go on with that
It's
side.
November, right?
You never know.
See ya, Cardinals.
T-Foss, you and D-Mac tied for the lead. Now, D-Mac is 14-7. You are 13-6-2, so you have fewer losses than D-Mac.
But fewer wins,
But
too.
fewer wins as well. So, you, Ole Miss, plus the 12 against Alabama.
Yes. And I picked 2 college basketball games by mistake. Had to switch them.
You did. You did. Southern Miss, plus the 4.5. That's weird.
Brett Favre.
Fair enough. And you are big on the Chicago Bears against the Detroit Lions. Took Chicago laying the 3.
Yeah. I think the Lions actually thought they won last week's game. They didn't. It was handed to them, and so they're going to come in a little fat and sassy, and they can't stop running quarterbacks. I'm going with the Bears.
Yep. All right. Real quickly here, it's time for me to get you guys right. Now, I lost last week. I got a tweet from a couple of you saying, hey, I lost some money, man. What's up with that? Over the long run, if you did what you should have done and have been on this since the beginning, Sam Flannel, 26-9.
You could have quit your jobs and just bet on Neal's get rights, but so that's why you shouldn't complain about one loss. You can't go undefeated.
Right.
Nobody goes undefeated.
Thank you, Sam Flannel. That's all I was looking for. We're 26-9, right?
Yep.
Verified.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but the last 3 weeks he's only 4-4.
No. We've lost twice, I think, with the get right this football season.
Yeah, I can only remember
Then
twice.
he's
That's
2-2.
why.
Absolutely. So I will give you my picks as well. I am taking the Green Bay Packers plus the 5 against the Cowboys. The world is on the Cowboys in this game. The world.
Wow, that's your get right?
No. That's not the get right.
Okay.
I said I'm giving you my picks right now.
Fair enough,
The
fair
get
enough.
right. You save what you do in this business, Sam Flannel. You save the best for the end. You keep the people around.
My mistake.
I'm taking the LA Chargers plus the 7 against the San Francisco 49ers. I just don't believe that the 49ers have the capability to blow people out. I don't believe that.
It's fair.
Yeah, I just don't. And the Chargers, they need that. Again, much like the Falcons game last week, they have to have it to hang around.
Absolutely.
They just do, especially given the nature of the division they're in. And much like Ryan Poulter, I don't lose often with the get right. But when I do, how do I typically handle that, Terry? I go back to my roots, too.
I was going to say you handle it with grace.
I handle it with grace.
Yes.
But then I also come back with a vengeance. And I go back to my roots as well, too. You know we're going 11 o'clock Saturday night, ...
After dark.
You know we're going out to the island, ...
Ooh.
You know that you have to stream this game. It's not available on regular television on the mainland. You will have to stream this one. You will have to work for it. But have I ever steered you wrong before when we've been out on the island?
Off of a loss, too?
Off of a loss, too. You guys know what it is. That's right. Yes, they're 2-8. I get that. But who gave you these guys against Michigan?
You did.
I did. Who covered the spread that game?
Hawaii did.
Hawaii did. This weekend, Hawaii getting 11.5. Utah State on the island. Utah State's no world beater. Who are they to be laying double digits to anybody in college football?
Hawaii's pretty bad, though.
They are. They are. I believe that they've shown improvement as the season has gone along, which is typically what happens with first-year coaches.
I'm disappointed in you.
Why?
I thought you were going to do CFL.
Much like Sam Flannel, Terry, hold on for a second.
Oh, okay.
Hawaii plus the 11.5, that is it. Now, as I said, I come back with a vengeance. Oh, by the way, we got a bonus get right for you, and I never do this. I never do this. On Sunday, Lewis M., the Rainbow Warriors, let's go. Mike G., it's all about the Mountain West. Jack Harrington, Mountain West Neal. Dom Rivera, did you get that shirt from Stephen Barry's? I did not. It would be the old rainbow ones if I did.
They don't sell those in Hawaii, though. I've been there.
I got one last time I was there.
Not that shirt.
Not this one particularly.
I didn't think so.
I have a bonus get right pick for you guys. We're going to the Canadian Football League on Sunday. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are on a mission. They're going to repeat, and I just don't believe in the BC Lions. BC, they played 3 times this year. Winnipeg rolled them twice. BC got them once, but they're in Winnipeg now, and it's playoff time. And the Winnipeg Blue Bombers minus the 4. Minus the 4 against the BC Lions. Real teams, championship teams. Look, BC can be cute all they want, but championship teams, when it's time to roll, it's time to roll. Winnipeg. Terry, why do you have that look on your face?
I was just joking. Are you really going to give us the CFL game?
Canadian Football League, Winnipeg Blue Bombers minus the 4. The word on the street is out. It may jump up to 4.5 on you now.
All right, there's no way you get this one right. People, ignore what he said about the CFL, because you could get dinged on a single or a rouge or whatever. Don't listen to him. No way you're going to get that one right.
Sam Flannel, have we not gone to the CFL in the history of the Get Right? We have.
Yes, and what have we also said? When you're feeling it, you can have two get rights, and you can also have a week where you don't give any. So I think you should still trust the man. 26-9, that's still pretty good. Great.
I want no part of this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not betting the CFL.
No part.
Personally, but maybe Fish will.
26-9.
26-9. Unbelievable.
And the 9 losses were on CFL games.
We went the Grey Cup. We gave you the Grey Cup last year as a Get Right. Winnipeg covered in overtime.
Yep.
Covered.
Hey, let the man's record speak for itself. It's still pretty good. He's gotten the people right, and he'll get you right some more. Speaking of getting people right, we're not going to talk about Ham and Swiss, though. We're going to talk about Swiss Insurance Group. Swiss Insurance Group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It is very rewarding, but comes with great responsibility. If you sit in a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteer coach, directors and officers insurance is a must. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are protected. Call Swiss Insurance today.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Yeah, Ruhl here for Bedrock. Shop, eat, and play, and do it all at once. Decked Out Detroit presents the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway. There's outdoor fun for everyone. Rides, games, snacks. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com. Coming down the stretch here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. And, you know, it's funny. The real ones know. Real recognize real, Terry. And there's some people laughing, like I King Horse. Neal's Get Right, the Iowa District 2 School for the Blind over the Iowa High School Ham Hawks. Hey, I like the Ham Hawks getting the 9. I know that the School for the Blind is coming in on a roll. I understand that. But they don't play these games on paper. So, I'm just saying, be aware of it. Everyone kind of laughing about it. Our guy Borat, the ITT Tech versus the University of Catholic Charities. University of Catholic Charities, the budget's bigger. They don't pay tax. That's an advantage they have. That's why I will lay the 4 with them. I'll do it all. I don't care.
Are you going to do Incarnate Word for us?
Yep. Rob J says, Neal complains about Michigan's strength of schedule, but watches Mountain West and CFL. LOL. I don't get what one has to do with the other, but
those are two separate entities.
Yeah.
It's
He's trying to win you money.
That's
it. Doesn't matter where it comes from.
And
Absolutely.
as Cigar Guy 911 says, as we said, real recognize real. Cigar Guy 911, 74.3% right. Boom.
What do professionals usually get? Like 55 or something like that?
56, yeah.
That's unbelievable. 74%. Got to give the man his credit.
Thank you.
He should do his own little service.
Shoot. I mean, if
I'll
people,
give you this one for free, but here's the others. Bam, 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 bam.
You're getting it for free. You're getting free money for free if you have
No,
been
they
there.
should charge for his service.
If you've been here since the beginning.
I'm not into that.
Fair enough.
I'm for the people.
$30 a month.
I just like everybody to have a good time. And look, spread some money around on a weekend. You know, it's like a night out. Think of it like a night out. Take $50, spread it around some games, and then if you lose, come to old Uncle Neal. I'll get your money back for you.
100%. That's a really good way of looking at it with gambling, though. You're going to spend that money anyway on a night out. You might as well maybe win something for it. And use the Neal's Get Right.
And look, you are going to have to work for it. Like, you're going to have to stream this Hawaii game at 11 o'clock. And you guys know the different pirate streaming services and stuff that you guys use. So
I think I'll skip that one.
So you're not participating in any of the get rights. See, Terry always talks about how dirty they are, and then on Monday, what are we talking about?
Talking about a win.
Oh, Neal won again. Yeah.
I don't bring it up. That's you. And how do we know you win anyway? Because if it's streamed, we don't even get the score. You can just make up something.
We don't even get the score.
Maybe
it
in the
doesn't
90s
even come over the AP wire.
Soft Jones, 2:30 p.m. today. Baskonia Euro. Dwayne Bacon over under 14.5. Dwayne Bacon's going to bring home the bacon today. You go over 14.5 if that's even a real thing.
I tell you what you do. Give us the get right on DeWitt versus Linden in high school football tonight.
DeWitt's a powerhouse, right?
Yeah.
You know DeWitt's going to win that game.
Okay. At Linden.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're tried and tested.
Is that a get right?
Yes, I am telling you that DeWitt. Now DeWitt will get the victory. I'm telling you that.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. People asking about the badminton French Open. That one I don't speak on. But I King Horse Neal stealing those HOA fees to bet on the CFL. Now I only steal the books money. That's it. That's the only money I'm stealing. Speaking of stealing money, by the way. Justin Verlander opted out of his deal with the Houston Astros yesterday. $25 million. How old is he? 40?
He's going to be 40 next season.
40 next season.
Yep.
And I keep seeing this around town, and I'm not here for it. Like this whole bring JV home, let him finish his career with the Tigers. Not here for that. For what? For what reason? What does that accomplish?
Nothing. He'll be the number 4 pitcher, throwing up moon balls, and getting paid. Plus, why would he want to come back? He's had his fun here. He had his World Series losses. He's 40. I'm sure he wants to play some meaningful games. He's not going to do that here.
But, like, you're talking... I agree that it's not going to be beneficial for the Tigers long term, but I don't think he's just going to come here and throw up moonballs. He's coming off of a Cy Young season. So I think he still has some juice left, but the Tigers have so many holes. They were last in the MLB in runs, last in batting average, and last in walks. We don't need a 40-year-old Justin Verlander. We need bats. We need to build. So that's the angle that I take from it. All I'm hearing is a lot of sentimental stuff, but how does it help you on the field long term? They're going to be a bad baseball team no matter what. Justin Verlander's not going to change that.
And on WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Chuck Brewer says, you've seen our team. He would be our ace, LOL. Guys, let's think about this. If he turned down $25 million from the Astros, you think he's going to take 20 to come here?
No.
He said it himself. He wants a 2-year deal.
Right.
That's going to be the price of poker.
He's not going to be as good here. In Houston, he's pitching in meaningful games. He's not going to pitch one meaningful game here. He's going to throw moon balls.
I don't know about moon balls, but you did bring something up. He was a better pitcher with the Astros than he was with the Detroit Tigers.
Listen to me. He was pitching in meaningful games, which means he was sharper, he was more focused. He realized that these games are important. Here, he's just going to be pitching ball games.
That's very
Tigers,
true.
I want no part of it.
Tigers,
again,
15 games out of first place. I'm taking a mound. Who cares if I win?
For what reason?
Because this is what this town does.
Why?
Because we're a small town. You heard bring back Ndamukong Suh. You're going to hear bring back Matthew Stafford. Wait for that one, big fella.
Oh, my God.
And bring back Justin Verlander. That's just what we do. I got to bring the gang all back again.
I don't get it. Especially, too, like I could see if this guy was like, I don't know, like a Mickey Lolich or somebody like that.
Jesus. Really?
Well, he's our Jack Morris.
Mickey Lolich is higher in my Tigers pantheon than Justin Verlander is.
And that's understandable, but Mickey Lolich didn't have a dominant stretch with the Astros. If we're talking about Tigers, you're probably right about Mickey Lolich. If we're talking about a career, Justin Verlander. He's coming off of a Cy Young. You got to at least give him that. He's coming off of the best season of his career.
Which means his price is inflated, which means I will overpay. I'm not interested.
And I'm not either, for the record.
And you don't have to worry about him the way he pitches in the postseason because he's not going to pitch any postseason games.
Right.
Yet.
That's fair.
Well, that's good, but then that adds value because I don't have to watch him suffer through the World Series and be one of the worst pitchers in the history of the World Series.
He got his World Series win this year. 5
So
innings,
you want to
1
bring
run.
him back?
No, no, I do not. Absolutely not. They have more holes to fill. Their offense is still so morbid. You had Castros and Jeimer Candelario starting lots of games. Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson were not very good. They need offense. They don't need a 40-year-old Justin Verlander.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rob J says, no, it's over. JV is one of my favorites, but no. Okay. I give our audience credit. You restored my faith a little bit because as I saw it on social media, I mean, it was... Good Lord, I couldn't take it anymore. I had to walk away from it. I don't want a front row seat to be sitting there watching.
Hammer,
what?
You can't pay attention to social media because much of it's coming from these little feeble guys that work here. They want to bring everybody back.
I did not want a front row seat to watch all the Justin Verlander love. I'll say that.
You don't want the last dance with Justin Verlander and Miguel Cabrera one more year? I saw that one too.
No. These people here would sign Miggy to a 5-year deal if they had their way.
Absolutely they would. 100%.
I don't want a front row seat for that.
But I do want a front row seat for Woodward Sports wants to send you and your crew front row for the Thanksgiving Day football game. That's right. You and 3 people that you're thankful for sitting row 1. All you have to do to enter is retweet or share our post on Twitter and IG and tag 3 of your friends or family. If all 3 of those people are following Woodward Sports too, and if we pick your name, you and your crew will all get the best seats inside Ford Field. So hop on Twitter and Instagram and tag your crew. Brought to you by Lady Jane's and Custom Health Centers.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Neal Ruhl here for Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone. You can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that's always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. Tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes with a 30-minute circuit. All memberships include fitness training. You get all this, just $10 a month. Join today in club. You'll pass a couple on the way home. Pull up on them there. Or jump on that computer. Go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
You know something, Neal?
What's up?
I like you a little bit.
I like you, Terry.
But I am worried about your mental health.
Why is that?
Because I like to predict the future. Here's what you're going to have to deal with, I don't know, 2-3 years, maybe 4 years. Let's bring Matthew Stafford back to the Lions. That's going to happen.
Terry, don't start that shit with me right now.
It's going to happen.
No. I can't take the Verlander thing. How am I going to take... Okay, let me double down on that one. If that happens, I will be taking a mental health day. So I'll let everybody know right now because I will need to.
Okay. Because, the little goofballs that work here, some of them are touched. There's something wrong with them. They like to do stuff like this. And now that you say you're going to have a mental health day, they're definitely going to do it now. Matthew Stafford, back to the Lions. People here are going to start that stuff. They're going to drive you crazy.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Steve Brown, I can't believe I just bet on the CFL.
I told you not to do it. Somebody listen to me.
BMG, what are you laughing about in there?
Oh, nothing. You're funny.
You better get down on it, too.
I might have to.
You've reaped the benefits before, right? You were on the Army one, weren't you?
I don't think so. I don't think I would ever bet on Army.
Oh, they're good enough to defend your freedom, but they're not good enough for you to bet on in college football.
I'm not watching that game. It's probably going to be all rushing plays and stuff like that.
100% it was. And guess what they did? They ran for over 400 yards.
Yeah, but you don't have to watch that.
Right.
I respect
They ran for over 400 yards.
I don't care about that. I respect the Army. I respect the Navy, but it doesn't mean I have to watch them play football.
On that day, they defended everybody's freedom and defended your financial freedom, too.
But I don't have to watch them play football.
Okay, if you don't...
All right.
If you don't like watching, your money roll in, then okay, be you. I can't help you with that.
I can skip it.
Fine. We didn't get a good enough chance to talk about this. And we'll do it again in the future, because I know like a lot of, as we roll on, people kind of tap out for the weekend, just trying to get their minds ready for the 2 to 4 show, where everything works flawlessly. I do want to come together with Michigan fans here, because I think instead of us kind of yelling at each other, being upset at each other, I think we need to point the finger at a common enemy that's hurting Michigan badly this year. Badly. When is it okay to point the finger at the rest of these Big Ten schools and say, why are you guys so mid? All of you. We were sold on how great Nebraska was going to be when they came into the Big Penn State. How great they're going to be when they come into the Big Ten. Is it time, Terry?
It is time.
Is it time to just put the boots on and drop kick, I don't know, the Purdues and programs, the Iowas, and drop kick them out into space? They are hurting your brand. They are hurting you. They're hurting your team. And this applies to Ohio State fans too. You have 2 games this weekend where you look around the nation and there's Texas TCU and there's Washington Oregon and there's all these games everywhere, and you have Michigan a 31-point favorite over Nebraska, Ohio State a 40-point favorite over Indiana. Terry, the rest of these bums are hurting, and we can come together on this one. They are hurting you, and they're not, and it's over. They're not going to help you.
They are, but this is not news. What you've done, you fell for the fake about media markets. You've fallen for the fake about everybody here loves the Big Ten. The Big Ten's been bad since the 70s. You know what they call it? Big Ten back there. The Big Two, the Little Eight.
Yeah, but they
now
had their
it's
moment.
The Big Two and the Little 12.
When Wisconsin popped up and cashed in a couple of Rose Bowls in the early 90s into the late 90s into the early 2000s, they had their moment where they had it together. Iowa had a moment where they made an Orange Bowl. And it was all kind of in the relative space of each other. Terry, they're awful, and they're not coming back. And you want to know why? This is a concoction that I picked up on my own. You want to know why they're never coming back? Because the game has evolved past the talent that area produces. Do you think Kirk Ferentz can go into, a big offensive lineman out of Wisconsin or Iowa? That's gone now. We're in the era of spread offenses and throwing the ball around the yard and all that. You think Kirk Ferentz is going into Florida or Texas or California?
He doesn't have to.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does, Terry. Look around, man. Look at Iowa now.
He doesn't have to. He's got to get somebody else to do it. When the Big Ten gets all this media market money, they'll put it to good use and put the Big Ten back on the map where they can go into Florida. They can say, you know what? Alabama and Florida State and everything, they got this great weather. But look at these great facilities. These facilities are something you've never seen before.
Doesn't matter.
And by the way, I got some holes over here too. Now, so come on to Iowa. And
if
we'll
you see them, point them out. No, I get what you're saying with that.
I could be the recruiting
but
coordinator at
they're
Iowa.
too late to that party, Terry.
Dude,
they're too late to that party.
Change.
No, it's not.
Money.
I just don't see it that way. Rob J says, yeah, the Big Ten is down, but so is everybody now. No, they're not. Not like the Big Ten. And the Big Ten is showing signs of never coming back. You look around the landscape, like Texas A&M, why everybody's pointing and laughing at them right now, they've shown that they will do what it takes. And guess what they're going to do? If they need to fire Jimbo Fisher and give him an $85 million check to go away, what do you think Texas A&M will do, Sam Flannel?
They're going to fire Jimbo Fisher and give him his buyout. But Texas A&M, they're not looking so good. I know it's their first year where they're kind of the NIL kings, but Texas A&M might be a little bit of a cautionary tale. They're probably the biggest disappointment in the NCAA this year.
Yeah, so they're not coming back. Nebraska's not coming back unless they do the Lane Kiffin play or some kind of splash play like that. It's over. It's over for all these teams. Wisconsin ain't coming back, man. How? What athlete are they going to get?
The days of Melvin Gordon, Monte Ball, Jonathan Taylor, and James White, those are long gone. Well, Braylon Allen's pretty good, but those used to be some offensive lines that had dudes. You're right, though. It might just be over. Wisconsin had a run, but they haven't been relevant for years.
It's over.
The Big Ten is coming back because of Fox, because of Prime.
It doesn't matter, Terry.
$1 billion TV package.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. They're finished. They can have as much money as they want.
You got all that money. All you got to do is get a little bit dirty. You can come back.
Okay. Speaking of getting dirty, good show today, T-Foss. We did it. Hey, don't feel bad about taking that money this weekend. Get your money. For T-Foss, for Sam Flannel, for BMG, Big Mike Gentry, Adam Baydoun, for Stick, everybody here that fought through all the issues. Don't worry, everybody. They'll be fine from 2 to 4. Don't worry. My name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.